I was available in case you guys needed anything to start. I do still need Bob. Yeah.
It's 5 o'clock.
Yes, but you don't have a chairperson. So, I mean, you can start it. Oh, put the mute on.
We sit on our hands for 29.5 minutes.
Catch up with.
It was the one project we discussed.
With all of us.
Oh,
All right, are we good? All right, work session has begun. We have pre-approvals on all but one. Number 8, Villa Wood Lane. Let's see. All right, anyone have any comments? Questions?
Yeah, I had a few. I was, when looking at the front elevation, it looks like the new columns have a post base, but no post capital, and it looks a little unfinished at the top. I didn't know if we could maybe add a capital to the post. And then I think that gable is open, and I was curious what that material was for that horizontal piece. If that's a fascia or if that would be, I'm just curious the material of that, because what that would look like. And then I was also looking at the roof. It's a low pitch roof, slanted towards the existing building. And I was wondering if that would be, is that a TPO roof or there's no material called out, and then the cricket, it looks like it's called out as shingles, which wouldn't work on that slope of a roof. So just wanted to talk through that piece.
I was approved as submitted on this project, and if they're willing to put some capital trim on at on the columns, that's fine.
Yeah.
The rest of it, I thought it was having a little fun and doing a decent job at it, so. And if you look at the pictures of the existing house, you sure it needs any fixing up?
All right. Any other comments? That's it for our works session.
Yeah.
If you want to go ahead and have a discussion at the very.
We'll talk about 811 Providence because some of the board members were not here for that. So I'll open that back up. So are there additional comments to 811 Providence?
I think the comments that I had when I was just looking at it is just the discrepancies. I think just because it's not a scaled drawing and it was hand drawn, I think some things were shown one way in one drawing and another way, another drawing, but it sounds like on your previous meeting discussions, they've picked up comments that were made in the past, so
Yeah,
I think you guys are,
wouldn't the way the approval with clarifications take care of your issues?
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Okay. I think, well, we'll take a,
Did I cover them all? I'm just making sure.
Yeah,
Sure, they're
I-
done.
I was fine, but I wasn't here last time.
Right, there was just a lot of additional notes of concern, so I just wanted to make sure you covered everything, because when it does come to us, we'll deal with it at a construction drawing level. So I've asked him to, fix the pages that he and I discussed on the phone, but I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything else that someone else caught with
Yeah.
those extra 5 sets of eyes versus us trying to get the permit through.
Yeah, I mean, most of my concerns were at that detail level of the, how these two roofs do this, and it's just,
Mhm.
so, yeah.
All right, then we can go ahead and mute it until the 5:30 official meeting start.
Okay. All right, are we going? All right, well, welcome everyone to the Architectural Review Board meeting. We finished our work session and our pause there. So the official meeting is now beginning. Introduce Yolanda Wilkins and Andrew Klossman with the city. And we have Sarah Richardson online, who's the city council liaison. Carol Dunkey and Tracy Collins, Ken Burns, David Yates, and myself, Bob Buckman, were volunteer architects sitting on the board. First item of business, our review of meeting minutes prior. And we have 3, but we can only do 2 because some members aren't present. So I'm going to start with the September 15th meeting minutes. And I think Tracy and Carol and myself were present. So with that, do I have a motion from one of you two?
I do have just a minor correction.
Okay.
On the first project, 227 Orchard Avenue, in the last sentence, and on the front elevation of the garage, the gable, and then omit the word louver, because the gable will have the option of the addition of either a round window or a gable louver. So just that one word needs to be omitted because it's in error.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, well then, Carol, can I have a motion?
Sure. I'll make a motion to approve the September 15 meeting minutes with the correction that the last sentence on the first hearing item will read, and on the front elevation of the garage, the gable will have the option of the addition of either a round window or a gable louver, and the rest of the sentence is fine.
Second,
All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? September 15th meeting minutes approved as noted. Next, we have October 6th, which Carol and Tracy and myself were present for. Do I have a motion?
Did you have any comments?
Yeah, I just wanted to bring up that on 314 Park, it seems to me like some clarifications are needed. And we can all kind of verify this, that that project was not approved. And then there were some conditions given. And I believe the intent of the conditions were to say, if these changes are made to the proposed, then the project could go forward. So where it says the addition of shingle siding, that would be an exception that the board took, and the condition for the project to go forward would be that the proposed shingle siding would not be installed and the siding would remain as horizontal style.
Mhm.
And then there was an arch, the arch over the front door and the change to the front door. I think those items and the change to the stonework, it needs to be clarified a little bit more as to what those conditions were.
Mhm.
Um,
Specifically, it was the arch in the door light, as I recall.
Yes, the
Yeah,
arch,
this
yeah,
was-
the arch in the door light, that was to be flattened.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And then there was discussion about the stonework. And as I recall, the stonework was, we talked about doing a wainscot instead of the full wall,
Mhm.
and that the wainscot would extend all the way around that bay rather
Mhm.
than stopping.
Yeah. I wonder if we look at a revised description of this and, or do you think? I'm just wondering if we can state that in a motion?
In a
What do you
motion.
think?
Well, I think the meeting minutes do need to be clarified because
Yeah, there's
it's
not a lot
not
there.
clear. So the question is, can we approve them without seeing the changes? And I would agree.
I
We
don't know if
probably
wanna-
should not
Yeah,
approve
that's
them
just
until
gonna be a lot on that
we
project.
make the changes. Yolanda, is that acceptable?
So we'll just go ahead and table these until the revisions are made. Yeah.
Just so that the homeowner kind of knows what they're looking at.
I agree. Thank you, Carol. That's a really good point. All right.
Okay.
That's it for the meeting minutes. We'll move along to the next. We have a number of pre-approvals. So when I ask for a motion, I ask the board member making the motion to refer to the notes from the city that were handed out. Number 1, 811 Providence. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve 811 Providence with the following clarifications. The location of the peak of the roof will be as shown on sheets 6 and 7 of the set submitted. The flue will be constructed as shown on page 15, and the existing deck is to remain, but new composite decking and railings will be installed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? 811 Providence is approved. Next, we have 342 South Maple Avenue. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion to approve 342 South Maple Avenue as submitted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? 342 South Maple is approved. Next, we have 168 Parsons. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve 168 Parsons with the understanding that the garage door will be paneled with windows. A window will be added to the west elevation, and the trim around the doors and the windows will match the trim on the house.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? 168 Parsons is approved. Next, we have 533 Fairview Avenue FAR request. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve the floor area ratio request for 533 Fairview with an additional 12 square feet to address a recommendation on the elevation for the addition.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? FAR request is approved. Then we have 533 Fairview Avenue, the addition. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve 533 Fairview with the following revision. The east facing dormer in bedroom 4 will be enlarged from a 2-window dormer to a 3-window dormer to match the existing 3-window dormer on that same elevation. And the clarification is that all windows will have a matching grid pattern.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? All right, that takes care of the pre-approvals, which leaves us with one left. At this point, we'll assume who's remaining. Ask you to come up and introduce yourself at the microphone, and we'll discuss number 8 Villawood Lane.
Hello,
Welcome.
I'm Cassandra Cook. Hi, nice to meet you guys. Okay, so I want to address the 3 things that you had mentioned.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I'm the architect. Owner.
Oh,
Owner,
okay, good.
and I'm Nate Tripp, general contractor.
Great.
Oh.
Welcome.
Okay, so the 3 pieces, so you talked about the horizontal piece of.
Yeah, the front.
Right
gable.
front. I had just imagined that just, be boxed in and painted to match
Okay.
the rest of the trim, just something simple.
Mhm.
And then as far as the capital on the columns, if you look at the existing kind of faux pillars, see page 8, picture number 2, you can see that there aren't any capitals on these kind of faux columns, but to me, it looked like they were missing little kind of plinth blocks at the bottom. So that's why I opted to kind of go with the cleaner column all the way up to the top, and then the little kind of matching plinth blocks kind of at the bottom of the columns. So that's why I made that aesthetic choice. And the third thing was also the, yes, that roof will absolutely be TPO, and
Yeah.
the,
Okay.
yeah. And I noticed that I had accidentally left the existing dormer that you can see beyond. That's what those existing asphalt shingles were.
Oh,
For the
okay.
existing dormer behind, and I just forgot to draw the thing in there. So
Yeah.
my apologies on that. But yes, TPO. So Yeah, did you have any other questions or anything?
And the existing window, I think I followed the logic that the existing windows to remain will keep the grid pattern, but any new windows will not have grids,
Correct.
right? Okay,
Correct. Yep.
that's what I thought.
Yep. Yeah, and just all of the new windows and all of the addition will be, we're not trying to mimic the house, but
Mhm.
will be,
Right.
yeah, kind of its own thing, but still fit within the context of,
Yeah.
the house and neighborhood. So,
Makes sense.
okay.
Great. Well, I think that's it for comments. It's,
Yeah.
it looks
Yeah,
looks
just-
great. So, with that, I'm gonna ask for a motion on number 8, Villawood Lane.
I make a motion to approve 8 Villawood as submitted.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I,
Aye. Opposed? All
Thanks.
right,
Thank
you guys have a great evening. You're approved. And with that, I'll officially end. We can adjourn. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank y'all for coming.
And then Yolanda, you want the plans back, right? And the rubber bands?
You don't mind.
I love it. No, it's great. These used to sit in my truck for a while and I'm like, what am I supposed to do with these?
Drive them around town. until
Why
you
do I have
settle.
these?
Do you all want these drawings